You're watching ABC 7 News at noon.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us on this Friday. Well, more rain is in the forecast for this afternoon and weekend. Let's get to meteorologist John Scalzi with our first alert forecast. John?
Yeah, boy, it seems like somebody just flipped on the rain machine and it has not stopped. We've got a lot of moisture still in our atmosphere and plenty of ongoing shower activity, plus a little trough of low pressure just off the coast. Now that's staying there. That's not going to impact our weather, but locally the east wind is already starting to bring in a few scattered showers into areas around Arcadia. They're seeing some rainfall now. This is all part of the same sort of pattern that we've had over the last several days, and that means that later on this afternoon, more showers and thunderstorms. One thing that gives me concern is the number of thunderstorms that we have had and the number that we will be having over the course of this weekend. 2/3 of all lightning deaths occur because of outside leisure activities, and there'll be plenty of those going on over this long weekend. I'm sure there'll be lots of people out there boating and fishing as well, and over 1/3 of the lightning deaths occur during fishing. So remember your lightning safety tips over the course of the weekend. A little bit of cloud cover out there, but we've had plenty of sunshine to start the day off. Clouds will be building this afternoon, though. And of course, our attention turns later next week into areas around Hispaniola right now. This little tropical wave advancing in this direction around an area of high pressure whose winds will draw it into the Gulf waters eventually causes us some concern, mostly because of the amount of rain that we have had recently, which in some places tops 6 inches. We showed you this yesterday, and we're going to add to it again today. We'll discuss how much more rain we think we're going to get and whether that's going to aggravate our situation and what the chances are for development of that system in just a few minutes. Scott?
Okay, John, thank you so much. Now to breaking news out of Sarasota County. Sheriff's deputies say a 30-year-old man traveled from Plant City to Sarasota to have sex with an 11-year-old girl. They reportedly met on social media. Michael Roa is a registered sex offender, and deputies say they met on Bigo Live, that's a video streaming app, before adding each other on Snapchat and then sending explicit photos on there. Roa has been arrested and is now at the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office on $250,000 bond. Now to a developing story out of Palmetto, where police are now asking for the public's help in identifying a man accused of shoplifting from a Walmart yesterday. A Manatee School of the Arts campus security aide spotted the man near the school on Haven Boulevard, forcing it to go on lockdown. He's described as white, in his 40s and 50s, bald, with a tattoo on his left arm.
A rumor went out, I guess it started with some of the kids at the school calling their parents saying that there was an armed man on campus. That was never the case. This is a shoplifting suspect.
If you recognize the suspect or know his whereabouts, call Palmetto Police. Governor Scott is trying to transfer unused money for school guardians to school districts that have rejected the program for more school resource officers. In a press release, he asked for $58 million from the Guardian program. Only $9 million of the original $67 million set aside for the Guardians has been used. However, state lawmakers have resisted approving the change. New at noon, Manatee County Sheriff's deputies going to extreme lengths to arrest a man they believed was driving drunk. Deputies say they tried to stop 38-year-old Sean Thomas on US 301 just after 1 o'clock this morning. They say Thomas refused to stop, so deputies used stop sticks to blow out the tires. Deputies say Thomas refused to get out of the car and then fought with deputies. They used a taser, but say it had little effect on him. He was eventually handcuffed and arrested. Sarasota police are investigating a suspicious package dropped off at a thrift shop over the weekend. Police say someone dropped off a plastic bin containing several pounds of marijuana at the Pines thrift shop on Saturday. The drugs are worth several $1,000s, and police are now searching for their owner. Happening right now, it's Washington's turn to say goodbye to late Senator John McCain. This is a live look at the U.S. Capitol, where McCain will lie in state under the Capitol Rotunda. ABC's Janae Norman is in Washington as tributes continue to the American patriot.
It's the beginning of a final farewell in Washington, honoring the late Senator John McCain, now lying in state in the Capitol Rotunda. Among those paying their respects, McCain's 106-year-old mother, Roberta.
It is only right that today, near the end of his long journey, John lies here in this great hall, under this mighty dome, like other American heroes before him.
The 6-term Arizona senator lived and worked in Washington for more than 4 decades, arriving Thursday for the final time. His casket carried by military jet to Joint Base Andrews, and in his adopted home state of Arizona, thousands lined roads in Phoenix to pay their respects, including former Vice President Joe Biden.
John's story is the American story. That's not hyperbole. It sounds like it's the American story, grounded in respect and decency.
As Washington honors his legacy, President Trump is on the defensive, facing criticism for raising the White House flags to their normal position after less than a day at half-staff in honor of McCain, only to lower them again under pressure from veterans groups and ditching a planned statement paying tribute to McCain's heroism and service to country.
I disagreed with many of the things that I assume he believed in. But with that being said, I respect his service to the country.
Both former Presidents Obama and George W. Bush will deliver tributes tomorrow at a memorial service honoring McCain. One person who won't be there, President Trump, who's reportedly been asked not to attend. Janae Norman, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
For WWSB or My Suncoast. ABC 7 business commentator Jeff Stern joins us now with a check of the day on Wall Street. Jeff, yesterday was the first down day for the week, although it's still been a pretty strong week, right?
Definitely. It was nice to see green, 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 but yesterday it was red. But so far the Dow and the S&P are up over 1% for the week. NASDAQ is back on top, over 2% for the week. All were down yesterday, but today is a little mixed. We'll know the 10-year Treasury still 2.84%. The S&P as well as the NASDAQ hit records all week, so that's pretty impressive. We know Amazon went over 2,000. That's very impressive, I must say. We woke up this morning, the futures were negative, but let's see how we're currently trading. A little bit mixed. The Dow is actually negative by almost 30 points, 25,957. Down 0.12%, while NASDAQ is positive, leading that trail, 8,108, up almost 20 points, 0.25%. S&P is negative as well, unfortunately, 2,899, down 1.59, 0.06%.
Jeff, I understand Coke is in the news with a purchase to expand its inventory, huh?
They are growing, that is for sure. They're growing into the coffee business, believe it or not. Costo Coffee, that's what they're going to buy. It's part of White Farms as far as this European hotel group. It's 4,000 stores, believe it or not, over 32 countries. $5.1 billion is the price tag. Costa, they have retail stores as well as outlets and to go as far as express. They have roasters as well as home products. They're actually huge. They expect this to be 2019, the first half of the year. We know Coke is really trying to expand. They have Smart Water, Vitamin Water. A lot of these retailers are starting to pair up and try to get less soda, less sugary drinks. So far, Coke is actually negative for the year, down 2%, but we believe this should be real positive for Coke and really expand their already loyal brands. So we'll see how this all plays out, but everybody knows with Starbucks and coffee's a good way to go.
Yeah,
definitely.
A lot of competition too. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Have
Jeff,
a great weekend, Scott.
You too. Thanks. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a massive recall by Publix. We're going to have a list of the items you'll need to throw out, and a warning from the Florida Highway Patrol. Everything you need to know if you're going to head out on the road this Labor Day weekend.
Doc Report is sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
Monday at 9 on Suncoast View.
It's the only one of its kind in the world, and it's coming right here to the Suncoast. I'm Linda Carson, and Suncoast View will learn more about the new Women's Sports Museum from its creator and how it's coming together. Internationally acclaimed craft beer is being made right here on the Suncoast. We'll talk to Motorworks Brewery about their new awards. Plus, Geyer Sausage Kitchen is in our kitchen.
Monday at 9 on Suncoast View.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
When ABC7 declares a First Alert Weather Day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a First Alert Weather Day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A First Alert Weather Day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook. Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Another warm and humid afternoon. We are at 87 degrees now with a feels like temperature of 97 degrees, so we're well on our way to cracking 100 again. With a dew point value of 76, that east-southeast wind continues to pump in the moisture, coming in at about 13 now. It'll keep the sea breeze close to the coast. We're looking at a temperature of about 91 by 3 p.m. with about a 60% chance of rainfall, and like the last several days, big thunderstorms as well as lots of lightning and some fairly heavy downpours of rain as well. 50% chance of showers as we head into 7 p.m. I think things will be trending down pretty quickly thereafter, and so a lot of the evening period will be left at least with quieter conditions. Not so much thunder and lightning, maybe just a little bit of light patchy drizzle. As far as the thunderstorm activity goes, well, it's moving into Arcadia right now. Well, not thunderstorm activity. This is shower activity. No lightning pops here quite yet. Moving into Arcadia, we've got a couple of rivers that are still at or close to bank full or slightly above flood stage that are producing some minor flooding. We've got the Peace River, Horse Creek. We've got Myakka River and the Manatee River as well. All of these coming down, and by tomorrow they should be below bank full, or at least by Monday. In the case of the Horse Creek near Arcadia, that'll be down by Monday. So that's good news, and I think we might have even some lighter rain days for at least part of the weekend that'll allow the discharge of those rivers to continue to pump out some of that water. Showers, as I mentioned, no thunderstorms quite yet, but that will be occurring later on. So, chance for formation of this system remains at 10% over 5 days. We kind of knew that was coming. This system, they just had to wait actually till it falls in that 5-day forecast period for them, and that's why it didn't occur till yesterday. But it is forecast to move through a very heavy shear zone, and it's quite possible it could fall apart completely, but its moisture will not go away. And that's something we're going to be watching. High pressure to the north provides us with that easterly wind flow continuing. The collision of our sea breeze with that easterly wind pops off these showers and thunderstorms along the west coast of Florida mostly for the course of the next several days. And of course, lightning is in the forecast right straight through the holiday weekend. After we get through the weekend, we'll be watching what happens with this cluster of showers just to the north of Hispaniola. Wet weekend pattern continues on through the weekend, watching this tropical wave down to our south. More on that in a second. And Florence should develop a little bit later today out in the Atlantic, far away from us with no threat to the United States. It will be called Florence as it develops into a tropical storm a little bit later on, or tomorrow. So there's that tropical wave. This is the European forecast model taking that moisture and bringing it in this direction. Now, it will probably provide a lot of rainfall for some parts of Florida. And we'll watch it carefully and see exactly where that rain may fall. But with an easterly wind and with the direction of motion of this system, I tend to think that the southern tip of the state of Florida and the onshore flow regions of the east coast of Florida will have the most rainfall from the system as it lifts off to the north and heads up toward anywhere around the Louisiana Delta region and then moves westward, probably toward areas of Texas. Now, we will see a little bit of relief from the rain, I think, as we head into the second half of next week and this system starts to pull away from us. We'll watch it. It may actually develop into something, but we'll see. Now, the forecast for moisture available shows a little bit of dryness coming into the picture. That's what these kind of cooler colors are, a little bit of drier air in mid-levels of the atmosphere. Waves of moisture come through with the sea breeze collisions, and then that area of moisture that is our tropical wave arrives and brings us the periods of heavy rainfall between, say, Tuesday and Wednesday, most likely. We'll be watching that carefully as it leaves. We start to dry out just a little bit, but rainfall forecasts show, well, for our area, we could get a couple of inches of rainfall in a couple of days, which we could deal with, but if we get some of the heavier rains like they may have over on the east coast or the southern tip of the state, that could be problematic for us. So we will watch it and let you know how that evolves as we go through the weekend. East wind coming in at about 5 to 10 knots, moderate chop, 2-foot seas, and the forecast for the week ahead shows indeed good chances of rainfall for several days, maybe a little less rainfall as we get some drier air here on Sunday. Then we'll watch for Tuesday and enhanced rainfall chances with that wave, then maybe dry out a little bit starting next week. Back to you.
All right, John, thank you. In HealthSmart today, a massive recall from Publix. Dozens of ground beef products may be contaminated with E. coli, and some were sold at Publix stores on the Suncoast. ABC 7's Stephanie Webb has details on the recall. Stephanie?
Well, Scott, at least 18 people have gotten sick so far. So here's what you need to know. Now, there are 30 products on this recall list, ranging from meatloaf to burgers to meatballs, even stuffed peppers with beef. They affect items bought between June 25th and July 31st. Now, as for E. coli, we often hear about it around these recalls, but what exactly is it? A warning, what you're about to hear isn't pretty.
Different types of E. coli, and some can cause more severe illness than others. The one that we're specifically talking about here produces a toxin, and that Shiga toxin causes a more severe illness. And in that case, it's going to usually start out with just watery diarrhea that's going to progress over a couple days, and it may have blood in the diarrhea. Usually no fever, mild to moderate abdominal cramps. Those symptoms are usually going to last 7 to 10 days, and most people are going to recover without any issue.
Now, the health department says the most important thing that you can do is to fully cook your meat and keep those cooked foods away from any raw meat. We've got a full list of all the products recalled at mysuncoast.com. Now, if you do have any of the items on the list, either throw it out or bring it back to Publix for a refund. Scott?
All right, thank you so much, Stephanie. Looking ahead to the weekend, downtown Venice will be hosting its 10th annual Craft Festival. It takes place Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. It's a craft showcase featuring all kinds of different artists and their works. It's free and pets are welcome. Time now for lunch, so let's get to ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who joins us today from the Doctor's Office Bar and Restaurant on Anna Maria Island.
Well, the doctor is in, and we're here on Anna Maria Island celebrating that island vibe and, of course, cocktails. This is one of those bars you come in once and you just say, I have to go back again and again. Fresh, creative cocktails, wonderful place for sharing like charcuterie, and really interesting stories. So cuddle up with us as we go visit the doctor at the doctor's office, and let's find out what this particular fountain is all about in just a few minutes.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our nation's youth. We believe veterans earn their benefits through their service to our nation. We believe in a strong national security. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion, and we believe it makes a difference. If you believe, learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
My name is Stephen Jaffe, the
law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
The ABC7 First Alert weather app just got even better. It's easy to use once you download it. First, tell the app to follow you, so you get alerts pinpointed to exactly where you are. Then customize your settings with all the places you go, from the beach to grandmother's house. Get accurate alerts for everyone you care about. You can even pick which weather alerts and categories you want and what they sound like. More ways to customize and more ways to keep your family safe. Download the ABC7 First Alert weather app today.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
It's rainy season on the Suncoast. Storms can pop up at a moment's notice. Sometimes it's just rain. Sometimes it's much worse. When there's the potential for severe weather, you need to know fast. Trust ABC7 First Alert Weather to get you the information you need right away. We focus on the storms that impact where you live, and we're committed to alerting you with important information as soon as we get it. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
All right, let's meet our pet of the week. John is with the founder of Dante's Den and host of Animal Outtakes, Marsha Panucci, to tell us more about the beautiful Julie.
Oh, this is a great dog, Marsha.
Oh, she's absolutely perfect.
She really
yes.
is. She's a sweetheart.
Yes, yes. Isn't she?
Really
and look at that gorgeous flower that she's wearing. Isn't she something? You know, she's a young dog. She's 4 years old.
Oh, really?
Yes, and she's totally trained. She knows how to go through a doggy door. She knows how to give a little bark for a treat. She was very, very loved, and she was cared for beautifully. Unfortunately, her owner passed, and she's now with the Florida Poodle Rescue.
Great organization.
Fabulous.
Really are.
And she's looking for a new home. And if you want a true partner, somebody who will ride in the car with you, I think she could even be a stroller walker with you. She's perfect. She's absolutely perfect. Loves to play. Very, very sweet. You can see how calm she is. The cameras are not bothering her in the least. She's showing you her best side right now.
They're such good dogs. One of our dogs at home is a poodle, and smart. Oh my gosh, they're so smart and so affectionate. They're cuddlers.
Yes, you know, they say that the poodles are one of the smartest dogs, and they're right up there with the German Shepherds and, of course, my giant schnauzers and the Border Collies and that. But they truly, truly are, and she's just wonderful.
And they live a long time.
Well, she will. Hopefully she will. There are no medical problems at this particular time. And so the actuarial tables for dogs would show her to get to 15 easily if there are no problems.
Right. Oh, she's so pretty and so good. And just sitting here so calm and collected. A lot of animals, you know, because they're in the studio and you have these mechanical cameras that look like big bears that are moving around all by themselves. There's a freaky situation.
Yeah, the robotic cameras really do scare her, but she's very calm.
How do you get her adopted?
Well, you want to call the Florida Poodle Rescue at 727-265-1766 and ask for Julie and say, I want her to come home with me.
Oh, Marsha, she's the best. Thanks for bringing her in today.
Thanks,
Made
John.
my week.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. Scott?
Thank you both. Let's get now back to ABC7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who's at a little different spot today, the doctor's office on Anna Maria Island.
Dr. Murphy, we see you again at this wonderful bar you've created.
Craft cocktails have become something of a new favorite thing for me. I saw them coming. I saw how much as a chef can dedicate himself to the provision of the building of a great meal, that a great craft cocktail mixologist can build a great cocktail. Interesting flavors, interesting colors, great and interesting ingredients. The number one prize winner for interesting is my absinthe fountain. Absinthe was a product that was becoming so strong in France, so popular in France, that the wine companies began to build fake news about it.
Huh, interesting.
1805, finally absinthe they were saying that it was addictive, that it was hallucinogenic. Finally, 1905, absinthe was banned pretty much worldwide. Round about the year 2000, scientists began to clear up some of the mysteries, and so it became available to us again. There is a slight trace element of wormwood and wormwood flower in the distillation of absinthe. It was a flower that was used in ancient Egyptian traditions and sacrifice. In any case,
you're not going to sacrifice me today, okay?
All that stuff is just history. It's part of the fable. Another part of the fable. This is an absinthe fountain. The fountain drips. Absinthe is best diluted a little bit because it's 95% alcohol.
Yikes.
And a lot of people in the second half of the 1800s like to have their absinthe sweetened. So ice water in the fountain slowly drips over the sugar cube through the special spoon, and as the cold crystals of sugar, dissolved sugar, now hit the absinthe, there is a swirling and a dancing swirling. You can see bright little sparkles in there. That is the green fairy. So the myth of absinthe was if you drank enough absinthe, you ended up dancing with this beautiful green fairy at the end of the evening.
Now, would this have anything to do with the green flash or no?
It's similar in that if you drink a great deal of tequila, you will see a green flash from time to time.
Sean, what a great history moment and a great lesson, but there's so much more to go on the bar, right?
We open every evening at 5 o'clock. The French used to call 5 o'clock l'heure verte because that was the hour that they began their absinthe. We begin every evening at the Beach Bistro with our little fountain.
I love it.
The exciting part of what happens elsewhere in the building is that every one of these cocktails is crafted. There's beautiful garnishes, a lot of fresh fruit and berries, and the young people that craft these cocktails for us are very, very talented.
Well, I think we should belly up to the bar and come back in a few minutes and see their talents go to work. We'll be right back.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Another pair of satisfied emotions. Looks to me like elation and maybe some amazement. It's part of the Honda Summer Spectacular Event experience. You could say satisfaction comes standard here, just like the Honda Accord comes standard with a luxurious, roomy interior. All at the Honda Summer Spectacular Event.
We see it all the time.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Accord, 2018's North American Car of the Year.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Coming up, what the Florida Highway Patrol wants drivers to know this Labor Day weekend. Plus an update on the number of children now reunited with their parents after being separated at the U.S.-Mexico border. Multiple people dead after a semi-truck and Greyhound bus collide in New Mexico.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 12:30.
Welcome back. Labor Day weekend fast approaching. That means there will be an increased volume of traffic on our roads this holiday weekend. ABC 7's Marla Spence joins us now with how law enforcement will be cracking down and keeping our roads safe.
Officers with the Florida Highway Patrol will be out in full force this holiday weekend. Although their office will be closed, patrol officers will still be working and out looking for anyone who might be a danger to other drivers.
If you know that you're going to a barbecue, or if you know that you're going to a party and you may be consuming alcohol, you need to make those decisions before you go to that party as far as how you are going to get home.
Lieutenant Greg Bueno with FHP says have a plan in place, whether it's taking an Uber, a taxi, or staying at your current location overnight rather than getting behind the wheel.
The last thing that we want someone to do is trying to convince themselves at a party or at a barbecue after they're consuming alcohol that they are okay to drive.
He tells us patrol officers will be cracking down on not only drunk drivers, but anyone who may be driving distracted, driving drowsy, or impaired on drugs.
Our troopers are going to be out there again trying to stop a tragedy from occurring, because all too often, holiday weekends with the uptick in traffic, we will see people out there making bad choices.
Should you see someone making a bad choice while driving this weekend, you can call Star FHP. That call will go straight to a dispatch center and a patrol officer will be notified. Reporting in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Marla, thank you. Gas prices are expected to spike this weekend while many people travel, but AAA is predicting those prices will drop to about $2.70 a gallon, maybe even lower in the fall. But right now, the national average is about $2.83 a gallon. And here on the Suncoast, you can get it for $2.73 a gallon at a Shell station on US 301 in Sarasota. That's according to the Gas Buddy app. So, yeah, we've seen the showers, John, every afternoon. More of the same today?
I think so, yeah. Maybe one day over the weekend we might have slightly less coverage and a little bit more sunshine. But I think in general it's going to be a wet weekend. And, lots of things going on out of doors, so a lot of sales going on, too. And so that everybody will be out there and out and about. And just remember the lightning safety tips. Don't have a lot going on right now in terms of lightning, but there certainly is a large cluster of showers out in the Gulf. No worries, though. That's really not going to impact us all that much. We might see a little bit of blow-off cloud cover from it, but other than that, I don't think we'll have much of a problem. Now, you can see the cloud cover. This is kind of an interesting loop here, actually. We put it into motion. You can kind of watch those showers building earlier on in the day. That's the smaller line of clouds at the beginning of the loop. And then as we put the loop into motion, you can see that expansion of cloud. Well, actually, that's not at the surface. That is cloud cover hitting the ceiling, the anvil's growing and then spreading out in the atmosphere as clouds kind of climb up to about 20,000 feet or so. Temperatures around the area generally hovering in the upper 80s. That's a couple of degrees warmer than it was 24 hours ago, but still. Red tide status report, latest from Mote Marine, indicating, of course, the easterly wind continuing and the amount of red tide toxin airborne in the air and the the kind of respiratory irritation caused by that and the rotting fish is minimal at a couple of beaches, actually. We're looking at the Lido Key and at Nokomis Beach, both flying the green flag for no respiratory illness. Other beaches are between the low category and the moderate category. So hopefully it will be improving somewhat as we head into the weekend. That's the hope anyway. Complete forecast, including the chance of some heavier rain next week, coming up in just a few. Scott?
John, thank you. Losses from Hurricane Irma last year sent the value of the 2017-18 Florida citrus crop plummeting by 41%. The Department of Agriculture set the total citrus crop value just over $550 million, which sounds like a lot, but that's down from the original estimate of more than $900 million. The number of acres devoted to growing citrus products has declined due to more commercial and residential development, and growers are, though, anticipating it may be a more profitable growing season this year. Last year's hurricanes and wildfires caused billions of dollars in damage across the country. Those with sufficient homeowners insurance were reimbursed, but those without coverage did suffer. So here are some tips. Review your coverage, check what your insurance covers each year, and then adjust it to correct any shortfalls. Also know what's covered and know what's excluded. Damage from floods and water backups not included in a homeowner's policy. You'll have to get flood insurance for that. And then opt for full replacement. Many people file claims, found that they were underinsured. Looking ahead to the weekend, Manatee County Parks and Natural Resources will host another volunteer cleanup event at Palmasola Causeway to help with red tide waste. It'll take place tomorrow at the boat ramp from 7:30 to 9 a.m. and park staff will be there to provide masks and buckets. In other news, at least 7 people are dead in New Mexico after a head-on collision between a truck and a bus. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is in Albuquerque, New Mexico, with images from the chaotic scene.
As many as 30 victims from that bus crash were still hospitalized overnight. The most critically hurt airlifted here to this hospital from that devastating scene. That Greyhound bus was traveling from here in Albuquerque to Phoenix. It was going along Interstate 40 when a semi-truck blew a tire, we're told, and then swerved into oncoming traffic, hitting that bus head on. The front of the Greyhound just sheared off. We're told some of the passengers, some of the 48 people who were on board were thrown from that bus. People who happened to be driving past pulled over, immediately rushing over to the scene, trying to help as much as they could before first responders arrived. The NTSB is at the scene investigating. We're told Greyhound is investigating as well. They say they are fully cooperating with the investigation. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Albuquerque.
The number of children separated from their parents at the U.S.-Mexico border has gone from 2,000 down to about 500 now. That includes 22 children who are under the age of 5. Some are in foster care, others kept in government facilities. Their parents were caught crossing the border illegally. The deadly car fire in California is filing contained. 8 people died in connection to that fire that began about 5 weeks ago. It burned nearly 230,000 acres and destroyed more than 1,000 homes. Officials say it was sparked from a vehicle driving on a flat tire. Crews will still patrol the burn area for several more days to make sure it stays out. All right, let's get back now to Judy Gallagher for lunch today. She's at the doctor's office, bar and restaurant on Anna Maria Island.
Over at the doctor's office, it's clearly about the craft cocktails. Rachel, tell us what you prepared today.
So over here I have one of our most popular cocktails. It's the Painkiller. It's made with dark rum, fresh coconut milk, lime juice, and orange juice. Then we have the Mai Tai, which is going to be more in the tropical field. Has 2 different types of rums, orgeat, which is an almond liqueur, and some fresh citrus and mint. This is going to be our tiki-based cocktail, which we have a few on the menu. This has dark rum in it, bourbon, all of our fresh citrus juices in it. Then we have the Rumble, so it has a light rum in it, blackberries, fresh lemon juice, and simple. And then the Bee's Knees, which is a gin base, has fresh lemon and our lavender honey.
Now you're going to shake a cocktail up for me. Which one are you making?
So I'm going to do the Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So it's going to be one of our more popular gin-based cocktails. and it has some fresh blackberries in it, Saint Germain, it's an elderflower liqueur. We use agave, and all of our honeys and gingers we do make in-house and fresh every day.
Beautiful. See, that's the creative side of the craft cocktails, is what Sean was talking about before, is that experience of using unique ingredients and bringing it up that level.
I'm gonna grab some berries over here.
Perfect.
Some fresh blackberries.
So muddle it up a little bit.
And then we're gonna use some fresh lemon.
It looks so refreshing. How many years did you practice that shake?
About 4.
Well, I think you won the prize, Rachel.
And we do double strain all of our cocktails that have citrus in it, so you don't get any of the berries or pulp or seed that you don't want floating around.
I appreciate the extra detail. It looks great. So we're just about out of time. So if you pass me that cocktail, I understand there's a torch by you, and I'm not sure what you're going to do, but I'm going to let you carry it away. Thank you. This looks amazing.
Little final finish. It's one of our tiki cocktails.
Because you have to have a tiki cocktail on fire at the doctor's office, and there's a doctor here in case you get burned. It works out perfectly. Rachel, thank you so much. Incredible cocktails. And there's some tasty bites that we're coming back for in just a minute.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Temperatures are rising and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years in a row. Get an all-new 2019 Ram Quad Cab for as little as $24,999, or save big and get up to $13,000 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me, let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay. Let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs. Most payments are on their way within 24 hours. Yes, sir.
I need medical exams, things like that.
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number, or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
What do you get when you cross your tired, aching back with this fragile egg? The Egg Sitter Cushion, an amazing new flex cushion that supports your backside and spine so well you can sit on an egg without breaking it. Incredible!
You want me to sit on this egg? Okay. Can't believe I'm doing this. I don't even feel it. It didn't even break? Oh, I was wondering about that. Now that's a good cushion.
The honeycomb design is constructed of Elasticor that absorbs pressure points by collapsing in on itself. That's why even this egg won't break under direct pressure. Now long days at the office will be more comfortable, dinner more enjoyable, and painful car rides a thing of the past. Get your Egg Sitter Support Cushion for just $39.99. It comes with a free non-slip washable cover and our 10-year comfort guarantee. But wait, call right now and you can get a second cushion. Just pay separate fee. Call now.
Call 1-800-232-1564. That's 1-800-232-1564. Call now or go to eggsitter.com. Order now.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So an 87-degree air temperature, a dew point value of 76, making it feel pretty steamy out there. The combination of those two factors bringing us a feels-like temperature of 97. So it's a warm, sticky afternoon, and already we've got some showers starting to build in inland areas. Nothing near the coast yet, but as we head into the later part of the afternoon, or the middle part of the afternoon, we'll start to see those showers building. Showers and thunderstorm chances at about 60% today, 50% tomorrow, and then a pretty quiet overnight. You can see the general line of showers moving in this direction. No reason to think that they won't become more numerous as we head into the afternoon and blossom as they get closer to our coastline and the sea breeze front begins to build. We're seeing those showers move just to the north of Arcadia. Now, if you're traveling on the route between Arcadia and Wauchula, you are likely to encounter some of these stronger showers as you go northward. Then on the coastline, we do have one shower in progress around Siesta Key. It's just kind of skirting the coast and down as far as Osprey. These showers kind of lifting northward or being steady depending on what cell you're looking at. So not a lot of motion here. They'll probably die out pretty much in place. Again, we're watching this area of disturbed weather. Chances very low for any kind of development over the next 10 to 5 days. Virtually no chance of development over the next couple of days. And the reason that upper level winds are basically tearing the system apart right now. So it potentially might not even make it across the Florida Straits into the Gulf waters, but it is forecast to move in that direction. Certainly the moisture associated with it will. Moving in this direction on this computer model, it will move into the Gulf waters and bring some pretty good rainfall to the west coast and southern tip of the state of Florida. I think the heaviest of the rain will likely be in the southern tip of the state and then along the west coast as well, as you get that easterly wind bringing that moisture in. The system kind of lifts northward, then gets caught up in winds that take it westward out toward the Texas coastline, probably near Brownsville. In fact, some computer models suggest another system developing in the Bay of Campeche may lift northward and again affect that area as you head into the end of the weekend. So you could have kind of a double blast in Texas of tropical systems. In any event, even if it does develop, it will not impact us with a windstorm. What it will do is perhaps bring us a little extra rainfall next week. We'll watch that. And then off the coast of Africa, looking a little bit more formidable in the last few hours. Showers and thunderstorms beginning to blossom in a more centralized core, an indication that perhaps we're transitioning here from a system that is just a cluster of storms to something that could actually be a tropical storm. So we'll wait and see if that does get named here pretty soon. Off the coast of Africa and far away from us, 3,500 miles away from us, this system will eventually work its way out into the open waters of the Atlantic. It's forecast to become a tropical storm called Florence, and then eventually maybe even a hurricane lifting northward. It really will be just a fish storm, not impacting anyone really, but it will be put down in history as another system this year. We'll watch an easterly wind flow continue for us right straight through the weekend. Numerous showers and thunderstorms around. Watch for that. A lot of people are going to be out of doors this weekend, and there will be thunderstorms each day. Now, maybe on Sunday we might have a little bit less rainfall around, maybe a little chance to see a little bit more sunshine, perhaps. We'll see how it plays out. But then that slug of moisture from that tropical wave approaches and will up the rain chance a bit for Tuesday. Monitor for the potential of some periods of isolated pockets of heavier rain, and then we'll watch it pull away and leave us with a slightly drier end of the work week. Scott?
John, thank you so much. In consumer news, Apple is expected to announce a new iPhone and other gadgets at a September 12th press event at its California headquarters. Most Apple observers expect the company to unveil a number of new iPhone models and a release date for its next iOS operating system. According to Bloomberg, it could expand the iPhone 10 design and naming across its entire phone lineup with more sizes, colors, and price points. The Apple Watch and AirPods could also get a refresh. Today, President Trump is expected to sign an executive order to make it easier for small businesses to provide retirement plans for their workers. The White House will direct the Labor and Treasury departments to issue regulations to help businesses join together to offer association retirement plans. Administration officials say high costs discourage some employers from offering plans like 401ks. High-powered sports cars are toys for adults And of course, Legos are fan favorites for kids. Well, now those two have come together as one with a full-size sports car built largely out of Lego parts. They have a Bugatti Chiron with a top speed over 250 miles an hour, but this one is all built out of Lego. It has electric motors and it gets a top speed of 12 miles an hour. It took 13 hours to build it, but it looks pretty cool. Still to come in your Suncoast News, we'll check in one more time with Judy and then take you to Detroit for the Queen of Soul's celebration of life.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Well, Sean, you've mastered the craft cocktails for sure, but knowing you, there's always delicious bites available.
We have chefs at the doctor's office that are trained at the Beach Bistro, and they do a phenomenal job with the food. Last night we had a lobster roll with bacon special. Every evening we have sushi, probably the item on the menu that I'm most proud of. It was the most difficult to get done, accomplish. And then charcuterie every evening. This one served with a little bit of island honey, touch of raspberry.
Oh, perfect. And you're open 5 till?
5 till midnight. At 12 o'clock at night, we play the national anthem and everybody goes home.
Just like the old days with black and white TV and all. So come out to the doctor's office. It's a wonderful time after you've been to the beach or do some cycling around Anna Marie Island, because it's a great time. Have a great weekend, everybody, and cheers. Sean,
cheers.
Thanks so much for having us.
Good to see you again, Judy. Thank you.
Good to see you.
Judy, thank you so much. Well, it's a send-off fit for a queen, and it's underway in Detroit right now. Take a live look at Aretha Franklin's funeral going on right now. Plenty of music happening at this service as thousands pay their respect to the Queen of Soul. ABC's Zachary Quiche has the story.
Aretha Franklin's music forged deep and lasting connections with people. That was clear as thousands rolled into the Greater Grace Temple in Detroit to say thank you and goodbye. Billed as a spiritual service, it felt like a celebration, as more than 130 pink Cadillacs lined up in a procession, a tribute to her 1986 hit, Freeway of Love. Among the esteemed group of guests, performers, and speakers inside, Bishop T.D. Jakes. Last night, top artists, activists, and 6,000 of Aretha Franklin's biggest fans in the legend's hometown. Patti LaBelle with an incredibly moving performance, remembering the Queen of Soul. The Four Tops and Johnny Gill also taking the stage.
Oh, y'all sound so good and you sound so sweet.
Showcasing what Aretha loved most, gospel music and prayer. Her friends saying it's the tribute she would have wanted.
She gives me feelings, she gives me soul, she lifts me up when I'm down.
Aretha Franklin was nominated for 44 Grammys, taking home 18 of the awards. The music legend passed away August 16th at the age of 76. The ceremony is expected to last 5 hours. Just an incredible send-off for someone who came from humble beginnings but never forgot where she was from. Zachary Quiche, ABC News, Detroit.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at 4 later today, red tide on the Suncoast. We'll show you how our beaches are looking today, as well as some of the neighborhoods in Manatee County where dead fish have been washing up. Neighbors now pitching in to get it all cleaned up. Plus, an important story for parents and grandparents who take care of young kids. We'll have guidelines for car seats that are changing once again. What you need to know this afternoon, coming up at 4. All right, John, more shower. I know we have some high school football tonight around the area. They may have to dodge a couple showers, huh?
Maybe there might be a little residual drizzle around. I think most of the thunderstorms, though, will dissipate, but Bob will have more on that at 5.
Okay. Hope to see you later today. Have a good day.